what you got. Show them how you get up in your bag. Show them that swag. What you see is what you get. When I look in the mirror, I'm looking like a man. Like we playing tag bad, I'm the top pick. Show them what you're working with. Break the circuit, be a hit. Go ahead and make them sit. If you gotta hate it, then your purpose is equipped. Tell them catch you later, cause you serving up some grits. Meaning hot with the drip when I drop in the mix. The proof is in the pudding. Show them how you do it. They do it like they shouldn't. You don't need to brag, cause your competition couldn't. You don't need to boast, cause the proof is in the pudding. Show them that swag. Show them that swag. Show them that swag. Show them that swag. Show them what you got. Show them how you get up in your bag. Show them that swag.
Okay. Well, I think we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Stevie Williams, and I am part of the customer success team here at PhotoDay. And I have with me
Hello, I'm Justin. It's been a while since I've been on one of these, but I'm also part of the customer success team. And then I'm also a community manager. So a lot of you have probably seen me hanging out in the Facebook group pretty daily, after hours, before hours, during hours, just 24/7, honestly.
You're Facebook famous. For sure.
I know. It's fun going to trade shows and people are like, wait, I've seen you. You're real?
You're the community manager. And you're not AI, no.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's always a good time when you're on the webinars. So this one should be a good one. Just so you guys know, we're going to go over public and group galleries today. We do also have 2 special product announcement updates at the end, so stay tuned for those. But yeah, group and public galleries are super quick to set up and put into action. And they're perfect for jobs where you don't need everybody in a private gallery. Also, if you are in need of a quick setup and an easy setup, and also an easy marketing workflow and sharing workflow, then this is definitely the gallery type for you. So yeah. And then, oh yeah, one more thing. If you have questions, add them in the Q&A section of the chat. We do have the regular chat. You guys feel free to sound off and respond throughout there. But if you have questions that you want us to answer at the end, make sure to add them under the Q&A section.
And if you do accidentally ask a question in the regular chat, we have some behind the scenes team that'll probably move it to Q&A. So if you see it disappear, that's probably where it went.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to find the Q&A section. So leave them anywhere. Just ask them, actually. All right, let's get started.
Okay, first thing is, what is PhotoDay? So we have several different components here. Studio Panel is really just going to be your kind of just mission control center. That's really where everything kind of starts and finishes. So Studio Panel, that's creating jobs, galleries, all your marketing, uploading photos, really everything is happening there for you on your end. We've got the Capture app. That is our solution for matching data to images. So we've got an app for that for iOS or Android devices. So you'll use that to check in subjects on Picture Day for our private gallery access type. And then once you upload all your final images, then all of our facial matching technology will match everything automatically for you. So that really eliminates the use or the need for QR codes, tethering, using metadata, all the different solutions that are out there. That kind of eliminates all of that and is fully paperless. So it's pretty great. We've got our galleries. That's going to be the customer end. So that's where they actually log in and opt in to receive text communications. They view their images there, and then they can view and shop your price sheets. So anything you're selling, that's where they'll go to purchase. And the last thing we have is going to be our dashboard app. So we actually created a phone app. And if you're really interested in like watching your insights, then we also have a watch app as well. But this is live data from your account. So you can easily track sales for the day, the month, the year. It kind of compares previous year, previous week, whatever you want to look at too. And it's also a place to kind of celebrate all your orders that are over $100. Those are always pretty exciting to see. But yeah, that's really all of our little components to kind of make up what it is.
Yeah, if you guys don't have the dashboard app and you're selling on PhotoDay, definitely get it because I know it's so satisfying to hear the cha-ching every time you get an order. People love those notifications. So yeah, okay. So for this webinar, we're actually going to be doing a live walkthrough of setting up a group or public gallery. So I'm going to share my screen. Make sure you guys let me know if y'all can see it okay. I'm sure I share my screen enough. I might not mess it up. We'll see. Okay. All right. So let's jump in. I think we're going to start with going over pricing first, since you really have to do that before you can jump into putting a job live. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love talking about pricing or price sheets first, just because you can't really have a job published or anything like that until you've kind of decided your pricing and set up your products. So here in the store section under price sheets, this is where all of your different price sheets live. So you can see Stevie has every single possible price sheet you could ever make. But like you can really make a price sheet for everything. So if you want a different pricing structure for sports versus schools versus dance, yeah, you can kind of make anything there. And if you also want to use a different lab for each of the different job types that you work with, then that also works for that as well. So really you can just go in and click the plus sign to kind of add new price sheets anytime that you need a new one. But if you want to hop into a sample one, we can take a look at what's inside.
Let's do it.
So the first thing on all price sheets is going to be photo add-ons. That is currently just basic retouching. So if you want to enable that, you can definitely toggle it on. And then you set your own retail pricing for that. So what that's going to be is just some basic skin softening, redness removal, acne removal, stuff like that to the face. It is a service that we actually handle on our end. So once you price it out, customer will pay for it. We handle the retouching and get it sent to the lab with any products that it was ordered on. And then we also send it instantly as a download if they order digital downloads as well. So no additional steps for you. Just price it out whatever you want to charge your customer. And that's really the only step that you have to take there.
Yeah, it does a really great job. Very natural looking results.
Yeah, I just love how quick it is too, especially for those digital downloads. It's like, wait, I just ordered, but yet I ordered retouching and I already have it in my inbox. That's crazy.
Right. And you make a little extra revenue and you literally don't have to touch the image. So yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to go to packages or print products next? Sorry.
Let's do print products.
Okay.
So this is going to be all of your a la carte items. So anything you want to sell by itself, that would be under print products here. So all of our labs are going to have the basic photo print section. So that's really all your just basic paper type prints. You just click the add button and you can kind of select whatever the lab has available in the platform. You can scroll through and add any of these products to the price sheet. Each lab also has specialty items. So those kind of, they all have the same like basic specialty items, but some of them vary and it's like some of the like larger or maybe more unique items. But definitely scroll through and kind of pick any of the things that you think your customers might like. Once you add the products here, you can see the column that you can edit for retail pricing. So you can set all your own retail pricing here. And then we also show you the calculations for the lab cost, which we call unit cost here. And then we also show you an estimate of what the PhotoDay fee would be as well. So that really helps you kind of lock in what you want to sell those each of those products for. We also keep everything separate out by the different categories too. So you've got your print products, your specialty items. If lab offers like wall art or anything like that, that's kind of separate, then we do keep those categories separate so that it's easy for customers to shop.
Yeah.
Going back up, so we've got digital products. If you want to sell any kind of digital downloads, that's going to be done here. We have the option to sell high-res downloads as well as social media size downloads. You can offer one or the other or both. I usually just lean more towards the high-res downloads just because social media downloads are usually cheaper and customers will always go to the cheaper route. Then they try to print them, then they're not happy, then they email you. So I usually just try to do the high-res downloads because you can make a little bit more off of those. You can also see that there's $0 cost for unit cost on downloads. So your profit margins there are a little bit higher anyway. With downloads, if we do have a couple different options for bundling them. So if you wanted to use any of our bundling options, we have a tiered bundling system. That's going to allow you to set up different tier amounts and then set your price per image for how much you actually want to give them a discount. So as the customer's shopping, they will see the more they buy, the more they save. So it's a really good way to kind of get them to buy more. Or if they're just one away from hitting next tier to get a discount, then they'll usually just add one more to their cart. So it's pretty cool. And then our other option, it cannot be combined with tiered pricing. It does have to be one or the other, but is going to be download all. That is a newer feature, and we've seen lots of success with it so far. Really, you just price out whatever flat fee that you want to price that at, and then anybody can download all their images. So if they're, so we lock it in. So with group and public galleries, we'll lock it in by face. So they're not downloading the entire gallery of images that you're uploading. It is still locked in per subject. So yeah, download all, you'll use FaceFind, find your images. If somebody has 5 images and somebody has 8 images, they're still going to pay that same retail price across the board. So it doesn't matter how many images they have. It is just going to be locked into that one price and quickly add to their cart and pay for that.
Yes.
Then the last thing we have here is packages. So if you want to create any preset packages of prints or digitals, anything like that, you can set up your own package titles, your own descriptions, and then similar to the windows earlier, this is just where you kind of pick the products that you want to add. If you are building packages though, anything you add here is going to be considered the single package. So as you're building that out, it's kind of just building that one single package right now. But one thing to note on packages is each line item can be its own separate image. So it really gives parents the chance to kind of mix and match their images from their gallery, and they can kind of build out their own package versus being locked into only being able to use one image for everything in the package when they might want to get a larger package and kind of mix and match.
Love it. And you can add digitals and prints. So give people the best of both worlds and kind of keep your costs down, which I like.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Sweet. Well, that is our pricing. If you guys ever need pricing suggestions, hit us up in the bubble, by the way. Okay, so I am going to set up a job here. I'm jumping into the jobs tab, and this is where you create all of your jobs. I'm going to click add new. I'm so good at picking sample names. Let's do USA baseball. We're going to do baseball today because I'm excited about my kids playing baseball personally. Okay, so you give the job a name. If you do them seasonally, you can also put spring or fall in the name, but this will be the title for the entire gallery. And then choosing a job category, you can actually separate your jobs out by job category in this list, which can be helpful. Now, as far as organization goes, so say I photograph USA baseball, spring and fall, I can create an organization for that organization. And the cool thing about this is, so you can connect contact information to this and send marketing. But what you can also do is have a page for all the jobs that you've done for the organization. That way they have like a one-stop shop for all the jobs you've done. Or if you do, say you do a high school and you do their sports and you do their, school portraits, you can have all the different sports and events and stuff like that on one page for the school to always access. So this is a really cool feature if you guys do not utilize that yet. But that's the purpose when you're setting up. Now, picture day dates, just choose what fits best. And then estimated number being photographed. So this is not going to be super, like, you don't have to be super technical, but it is going to give you a percentage of participation once people start interacting, once they start opting in, or once they start buying. You'll be able to see like 60% have ordered, et cetera, based off this number. So it's nice to have it accurate. Now you can also upload a job logo. This will be the logo for the league or the team that you're working with. So if you have that, you can upload it here. It will be included in the gallery preview in some places, and also some of the marketing that you can send out. And it can also be added to the memory mate for some specific labs as well. So that's pretty cool. Okay. So once you get in here, it does give you a step-by-step. So first things first is setting up the gallery's access.
So we have 3 different access types, private, public, and group. For this webinar specifically, we're focusing on public and group galleries. Essentially, they're the same in how customers are going to log in and interact with them. The only difference between the two are public galleries allow you to have a direct URL to easily share with through email or anything like that. And as soon as it's clicked, they're going to be taken right into the gallery and can start shopping. Whereas a group gallery does not have that direct URL and requires an access code to be accessed. So that kind of just like a little extra layer of security if you need it. But they're very similar, and public doesn't really mean that it can be Googled. It is just a little bit more open. So you can kind of decide the route you need to go or want to go with that, depending on how easy you want marketing to be or anything there. But essentially, you get to create your own access code for both public and group galleries. So if you want to make it something a little bit more related to the organization or the activity that you're photographing, just so that it's a little bit easier for parents to glance at and kind of remember it, so they can remember that to log in or text the access code. So the access code is going to be how you get people opted in ahead of time, and also day of if you've got parents there, and then they can also opt in later too. But really, the goal is to get people opted in before picture day, so that you're really taking advantage of all of the automated marketing from the very first point of publishing the job. So the way to get people in is just start advertising the direct link ahead of time if you want to, or super easy is to get people to text your access code to 90738. And that can be done anytime while the job is in draft. Super easy to do. It's great to have on site too if you know parents are going to be there. Kind of gives them something to do while they're waiting for pictures to happen. And then another kind of trick is create a QR code that takes them to the messaging app on their phone, and it'll automatically input 90738 as the phone number to send to. And then you can input your access code too. So it'll automatically add that to the messaging, and all they have to do is click send. So it's a super quick way to get them just opted in so that they receive an instant notification once the photos are ready.
It's a good pro tip.
And the last thing here, or not very last thing, but expiration date is next. So if you want to go ahead and set an expiration date for the gallery ahead of time, you definitely can. You can also leave it blank and come back to it later. But I do recommend setting an expiration date, whether it's before or after you publish, so that you know when the exact publish date is. And depending on how long you want to leave the gallery open, you'll know what to set that date to. But the expiration date will send out extra communications that are also automated, just letting parents know that the gallery will be expiring. So we do have a lot of success with people using expiration dates. It'll fully close on that date, but you don't have to leave it closed. You can always reopen it, whether it's same price sheet or if you want to raise your pricing to do like an archive strategy. Totally up to you, but that is a very good way to get people to order and not just wait forever.
Definitely.
And then if you want to scroll down all the way, we do have those 3 search options. So these are going to be the search options that are presented to parents when they log in to view their gallery. So FaceFind is going to be our most popular option. It allows the customer to upload a face of who they're looking for, and then the gallery will automatically narrow that down to anything that matches. Next thing is tags. So if you have a way to kind of categorize your images, whether it's by team name, coach name, age group, whatever it is, if the parent doesn't want to use their face to find photos, they can still filter it down to a smaller selection to scroll through less images. And then all photos is kind of just what it is. They'll see every photo that you've uploaded in the gallery. But if you're using the first 2, I usually suggest turning off all photos so that they don't accidentally get stuck scrolling through hundreds or thousands of images and get tired, give up, and not order.
Agreed.
So,
And yeah, FaceFind is definitely the star of the show because you don't really have to keep track of who's who at the shoot, and people can just use FaceFind to look for their pictures once the gallery's ready. Super cool. Okay. That step is done. Let's go to setting up the storefront. So first things first is advance pay. Advance pay is PhotoDay's solution to prepay. So it is optional, but is definitely highly recommended. So instead of selling items in advance, you are selling credit amounts. So, I'm sure a lot of people are used to a prepay model, or a lot of customers where they need to bring a paid order form. This is really similar, and it's really easy to kind of get your customers over to the advance pay way of thinking. But of course, instead of having to choose their items in advance, they just buy a credit amount, and then they can use that credit towards whatever items they want when pictures are ready. So the beauty of that is that once they see the images, and once you've given them all these awesome choices, they're not locked into a basic package that they already bought. They can choose the size of the order based on how much they love the images. So super, super beneficial. For advance pay, you offer credit amounts. I'm going to show you really quick. You can have up to 4. You can just have 1. I kind of like the idea of just having 1. I have a baseball credit sheet here with one $40 credit on it. So let's use that one. And you do have to incentivize the purchase of advance pay. So that is the purpose of the advance pay offer. And that is the way it's designed in PhotoDay. By the way, if you guys want a more in-depth deep dive of all the ways you can use advance pay and all the ways you can incentivize it, we have done a really good, thorough advance pay webinar in the past. Somebody on our team can link that in the chat if they'd like. But you do have to tie an incentive to it, so you can make it make sense why people should participate. So you can use an advance pay offer for that. Now, a lot of people, this is an offer code that anybody who purchases a credit gets. So like a special benefit for participating early. Free shipping is probably the most popular offer. I would say online shopping in general, if you see free shipping, like, you're always going to shoot for it. So I think that's what a lot of photographers go with who are using advance pay. You can also do a dollar amount or a percentage off. But I know me and Justin were talking about this earlier. Like, if you see $5 off, it's like, oh, cool. If you see free shipping, you're going to try to get it. So
absolutely.
And if you're switching to online, especially from like paper or, a system where people aren't used to paying shipping, this is a great way to, you get the benefit that people are committing to purchasing, but this answers their maybe complaint of, oh, I have to pay shipping now. You'll take care of it if they pledge to spend the $40. So let's attach an advance pay offer here. Let's see. So I'm going to go under the offers tab. This is where you create all offers in PhotoDay, but you also create offers that can be attached as advance pay offers. Under free shipping, I have, let's see, volume sports, free ship AP, free shipping on orders of $40 or more. So when you're creating offers, just so you guys know, you give it a name that's really for your reference. You do create an offer code. It's important to note that with advance pay offers, the offer is automatically going to apply. So they really don't have to interact with this code, and you can just generate it. You can also create a minimum order dollar amount. So I would say the amount of the credit you're selling, $40. You don't have to expire this offer because they need to be able to use it once pictures are ready. And some people expire it like 60 days out or whatever, but that's totally up to you. I'm going to use this one I've already created. Okay. Now, 2 other things. This down here, it requires the customer to enter their name when they're buying an advance pay credit. This can be helpful, especially for group and public galleries, because you don't have names in advance. So if for some reason you want to know who's bought a credit, or if you have a customer service inquiry, why not? What you can also do is allow the customer to preview the storefront when the job is advance pay mode. So if people are used to seeing your pricing beforehand and you need to show them that in advance. You can use Advance Pay and Preview Storefront to direct them to the gallery. Once they get opted in, they can go into the gallery's link and actually just look at your price sheet right in PhotoDay. So yeah, but you do have to attach your pricing in order to use Preview Storefront. So that is this section.
So yeah, this is going to be the product section. So the price sheet that we started by creating, this would be where you actually attach it to the job. So if you do have different price sheets for different situations, you get to control which price sheet is actually attached to this specific job. And then depending on the lab that you're using, some of them have some color changes, and then some of them have different activity themes. But these themes come into play if you're offering any of those lab products that have graphics on them. The themes would be geared towards those specific activities, or some of them are just general color changes and not activity specific, but you have control over what those graphics might be. And then during checkout, customers actually get to scroll through and pick their own graphics for, let's say, memory mates, or some of the buttons and magnets have borders on them. But this theme section is what you're giving your customers the options of choosing from.
Sweet. Okay. So by the way, if you guys are selling Advance Pay, once you get the job set up, and you can get it set up, a month in advance, we recommend around 2 weeks to sell Advance Pay. But you can do it with only 2 days, until the shoot. Honestly, it's that quick and easy to set up, obviously, and very easy for parents to go in and get started. But once you are ready and have this set up, you'll want to just set your job to Advance Pay. Actually, let me go here and turn on Preview Storefront. Sorry, guys. And set your job to Advance Pay mode. So now when people interact with the access code, and they receive that text back, they are going to be able to click into the link and go buy a credit. And the text copy that they receive whenever they opt in actually explains that they can get a jump on picture day by purchasing a credit. And it will also explain the offer that you've attached. So that's pretty handy. But we do provide a bunch of marketing tools for you guys that can help you get opt-ins. So like Justin said, like that is the most important part of all this, is getting people opted in, because that is going to send them a text message reminder when pictures are ready. So it's honestly great to get opt-ins prior to pictures being ready as well. So your marketing journey, whether you use Advance Pay or whether you don't, needs to start in advance. So a couple of different ways you can do that. Number one, under manual flyers, you can actually create a flyer template in here that PhotoDay throws together for you. And so that way it's super easy to market. But let's see, there's pre-picture day if you're not doing Advance Pay. There's Advance Pay if you are. Also, you can send them when published. These are really email flyers. You can print them as well. But we spell out the instructions for you. We grab the Advance Pay settings and put the offer details in here. And it's basically, what's important is to text the access code to 90738. Or if they're receiving this by email, they can just click this link, and that is going to lead them through to opt-in as well. So they can enter their phone number and or email address and then agree to the communications that way. So you do have some design options, like you can choose. They all have different size photo nodes as well. So if you want to, I always suggest this one, especially for people who want to give the flyer a more, branded feel, or a more a familiar feel, maybe with past photos for the organization or extra information. I would be careful and keep it light, but there is this real estate right here that you can create a little something and put into the flyer. There's also the title and the description you can edit. But once you save this, you're able to save it as a PDF, or you can send it. You can either send it to the organization if you added contact information and you just want to send to your contact and have them disperse it, or you can actually send the flyer to multiple people. You can even upload a CSV file that has a long list of parent emails if you grab that, and send it to everybody individually. So that makes getting the access code out very, very easy. Once people start opting in, they are locked in to get those text messages. So you need to get the opt-in so that people are agreeing to receive text communications. But once you get that, there is an automatic series that starts once you hit publish on the job and goes out over 30 days, reminding them to place their order. It is going to stop if they place their order, but that part of the marketing is really, really taken care of as long as you get people to opt in and do your work beforehand. Now, this is really great for before picture day, but under the resources section, under marketing, you can also use these templates like for banners or posters, and you can have in-person marketing. This is good if you're doing, a little league or, parents are going to be there. If you can have signage up with that QR code like Justin talked about. And if you guys need instructions for that, I recommend hitting us up in the bubble because we can help you out. But you can have signage out that shows people that they need to opt in. Bonus points if you have a employee who, you commit to talking to parents, greeting them, telling them about advance pay, and making sure they physically opt in. The more opt-ins you have, the higher your participation is going to be. And if they don't opt in, it's very unlikely that they'll see their photos, especially not right when they're published. So they get a notification that instant. If you don't see parents, you can still use these posters. If you're able to post stuff at the school, in the gym or in the front office or what have you, people use yard signs. I know, whatever way you can put that information out, I would use as many different options as possible. But yeah, we have banners. There's also social graphics. If you guys have a following on social media, or if you want to share this with the school and they have it, you can post this on social media. So yeah, lots and lots of choices for marketing. And I wouldn't choose just one. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, those social graphics are great to just throw in your information and send it with any communication to the school too. They love pre-made stuff that they don't have to do. They just forward it on or copy paste it to somewhere else and
Agreed.
It's done for them.
Yeah, those are super simple and cute. And people are used to receiving pictures and videos and stuff like that to get their information too. So, okay, I'm going to share my screen differently. I guess we're going to talk about getting pictures uploaded and all that. Let me see. Okay. All right. I don't like to share like this the whole time because I feel like it looks kind of small on my gigantic screen, but this is important.
Okay, so let's just assume we're at the step of picture days over. You get home, get all of your images culled down and edited to what you actually want to upload and sell. And then really the next step is just dragging them into the gallery here so they can start loading in. One thing to note is if you already have everything sorted on your computer, whether it's by team name or coach name or age group, whatever your categories are, you can drag and drop all the folders and it's going to automatically read those folder names and keep them as tags and keep all the images that were tagged under that folder as well. So it kind of keeps that structure for you automatically. Another way to do automatic tags is if you're using something like Lightroom for editing, you can tag the images in the metadata under, I think, keywords, and that'll automatically read and create tags for you as well. But if you don't have a sorting method, then you don't have to have tags. Or if you upload and then want to create tags, you can also start selecting images and just create your own tags once you've uploaded the images too. But really, once everything is done uploading, you'll be able to click through each of the tags if you want to kind of see what the customer might see if they were to search by tags. But it'll show you all the images that are within each folder. If you need to quickly change a tag or just maybe add a tag, you can tag multiple tags to a single image. Under each image is the little tag icon, and then you can either add tags, remove tags, or create new tags there. So it's easy to do one by one, or you can select multiple. And then in the top right corner is also a tag icon that you can kind of do a bulk action on those so that you don't have to do it one by one each time.
You can also click and drag them.
I always forget that method.
I know, I just found it out this minute.
We do have in the little drop down box, there is a filter. So if you've got like tons of images here and you want to make sure that you've tagged everything, we do have a filter for images that are untagged. So if you kind of want to double check yourself to make sure everything does have a tag associated with it, then that is super easy to do. But really, once you upload everything, got things tagged the way you want to tag them, then you're kind of ready to publish the job at this point and start letting parents view and shop.
All right. Well, that is up here in the top right corner. This is where you're going to find all the gallery modes. So for publishing, you can always schedule to publish your job at a certain time, but you can also publish it immediately. And this is just telling you that you're about to send all those automatic text communications out to your customers. So if it's after 8 p.m. in your time zone, it won't send until the next morning at 9 a.m. So that's nice. We found out the hard way that photographers work in the middle of the night. So keep that in mind. If there's a preferred time that you want to publish, you can use the publish later feature. I know people like to catch parents maybe after they've gotten home for work, or maybe when they're at work, or maybe on the weekends or at game time, whatever that might be. Everybody has a different preference and says a different thing is best, but you guys are in control of that. And let's just publish. Okay, so doing that sends out the text. So everybody receives a text saying that pictures are ready to be viewed instantly. I'm going to go into the gallery link, but that's what people are going to be receiving by text, by the way. So now let me log in here. What's cool and something that we kind of just recently updated is on this page, it does, if it's your first time visiting PhotoDay, it's going to ask the customer to enter their phone number. They can also choose to use their email if they prefer. Some people don't want to enter their phone number. But we did add the studio's logo here. This used to be just a general PhotoDay page, and I really like that we added kind of a branded touch so that when people are in here, and of course, you know, they need to log in to move forward, they see the job's name and they also see your studio name so that it feels familiar. Okay, I can't type and talk, so hold on. Okay, and then let's see. 170. All right. So I'm on desktop, of course, but our checkout is definitely mobile first. And then iPhone would have just filled in the verification code, which is a lot easier. But okay, so at this point, it brings them in. This is where it asks if they want to subscribe to the text or not. So like I said, if they use the link route to get in, this is where they opt in after they enter their phone number. I'm not, because otherwise I get texts from every gallery I ever visit. But here are the search options. They're able to look through tags that you applied, which I'll show you what that looks like. Beautiful. Oh no, I have stuff in my cart. Sorry guys, I have to remove this or else it's going to yell at me in a minute. Okay, but the real magic and what most of your customers are hopefully going to be aiming towards immediately is FaceFind. So they are able to upload a photo of their athlete and it's going to return the results. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Let's use this guy. So of course, this could be like a prom photo, just a random silly selfie, whatever. Of course, photos, but FaceFind does a really, really amazing job. If it will run, go. Let's see. There he is. Okay. Now it does prompt your customer to favorite the photos they want to buy. So they will do that first. And there's a pop-up that says that. And what you guys will also notice is download all shows here, which is really awesome. I think the reason why download all is such a big seller is because it is the first thing your customer sees. They see the simple price and the button to buy, and it only takes like 4 clicks. So they select the face they want, and then it's going to give them all photos with that face. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Now, here is what the entire storefront looks like. So you have your packages here. Featured products are some of your a la carte items that you select to show here. You can have up to 5 featured products. Now, if they go in and look at the prints, they'll see all of your print products, all of your specialty items. And then they'll be able to see all 5 packages as well here. And then clicking on a package shows you what's inside. Just so you guys know, make sure you use the package name and the description to your benefit. I like to say add the savings because then people will know the benefit of buying a package over buying an a la carte item. All right, so it is going to show them their favorites at this point, and they go through and customize the package. And it also it gives them the ability to crop. This image is poorly cropped, so maybe it's a good example. Just make sure you leave ample margins around your images so that your customer has room to get a 5x7 or 8x10 out of the image. You can change the orientation. And you can also purchase retouching, and it does show the customer examples here. All right. Go through, and then I'll also show you guys what it looks like to customize a templated product. So something like a memory mate. Your customer is actually the one who goes through and completes this instead of, if you were doing paper or something similar and you had to decipher what they wrote down, you don't have to do that anymore. So they choose the theme. They select the group photo. Oh, man. I don't have a group photo favorited, so that's helpful.
We need to get some sample group photos. I never have group photos ready either.
I actually do have them, but I always just forget about the step. They're somewhere in here. Here they are. But this kid isn't in them. But it's fine, guys. Just picture it. Okay. All right. So now I have... No. Now I have a group photo. Beautiful. Love it. And then an individual. And it does default to choosing the horizontal photo that the person has favorited also. So it really does automatically kind of fall into place, except for if you do things like me wrong. So then they enter the text. So I forgot what I did, but you guys get the point. And if they leave one blank, it does take that off. So it'll show them, it's just not going to put anything there. And it shows them an accurate preview of what they're going to receive. And I think this is super helpful because, of course, they need to review the pictures they picked and all that before they move on. So we have a live preview in here. But yeah, from there, they go through. It introduces retouching to them one more time in case they want to add that. And then they'll proceed to checkout. If they have an advance pay credit, that will also apply here. And yeah. So that is that.
I forgot to mention in the uploading section, it's still not programmed in my brain to talk about, but black and whites. We can double your inventory that you're presenting to your customers for free. So the post-processing section inside the job, you can actually upload all your final images to the black and white processing, and then we'll go ahead and flip those to black and white. Our system actually analyzes each image to make sure that the contrast and everything is pretty good per image. It's not just a simple grayscale switch. But yeah, it's a super easy way to just upload all your final images, switch them to black and white, and now you've doubled your inventory without any extra cost.
So with this flow too, you want to upload your pictures, do the service and upload your pictures here. And then you can transfer the originals and the black and whites in once instead of uploading them here and uploading them under services. So if you guys want to try this out for a job, you can do it on previous jobs, but you can do this service before you upload and then just upload one time. But yeah.
And if you accidentally upload the color first to the photo section, you could always still upload to the services section, but then you have the option to just move the black and whites over so that you're not accidentally duplicating your color images and the black and whites. So yeah, you can kind of do it either way. And then we also add _BW to the black and white versions. So those are easy to kind of keep track of. If you do an order export and you see all the file names on your orders, you can easily see how many of those black and whites are being sold on each of your orders too.
Also, you can monitor the gallery's activity under insights. That is one other thing I want to mention under customers. So whenever customers start visiting the gallery or opting in, you're going to see that count here. So it's a really good idea to monitor this after you send out your marketing and make sure that it is effective. And then you'll also be able to see your sales under this tab once those start coming in. So yeah. Okay. Anything else before I stop screen sharing and we get into the exciting part? That's it. Let's see. Yeah, I like the eyeball emoji. That's not all.
We should just close it right now. We're done.
I know, right? It's going to go like static mode.
Yeah. Okay. So you want me to talk about the first one?
Yes, you take this one.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to be introducing subject data and the Capture app to all gallery types. So you will no longer be locked into only be able to use private galleries with the Capture app. This is really good for those usually sports photographers. If you're doing composite work, but you actually want to sell in a more open gallery type with one access code, this is going to allow you to do that all within one job. So you don't have to create like a data collection job and a selling job. So you can do it all within one job, which is going to be pretty amazing. The other thing that this is going to do is if you are selling in an open gallery type, so like group and public galleries, if you did use subject data and those images are matched to names, the gallery is just going to automatically populate to the customer to the photos that were matched to them and not ask them to do the FaceFind or search by tags or anything like that. It'll still give them those options if they want to search for somebody else later, but it will give them immediately the things that were filtered or sorted to their name, which is pretty helpful. This will also allow you to use the automated email marketing. So similar to how it works in private galleries, if you have emails as part of your subject data, if you also have that format in the group and public job or access type, then the automated emails will still come into play for those job types now, or once that's released. So that's going to be super helpful to take advantage of those automated emails if you are selling in the more open gallery types. But we also encourage trying to get those opt-ins too, just so that you're kind of double marketing for those job types. What else was on this? I think that was everything.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think it's super exciting because I know everybody who is using this method of keeping track with Capture but selling with public galleries was creating 2 jobs per, so you don't have to do that anymore. But also the fact that it immediately presents the customer with their images is huge in my opinion. I mean, of course, FaceFind is amazing and it is, you know, customers are very used to it and use it and it's an amazing benefit, but it's also cool, especially if you're already doing this, like to take that step away from customers and it be immediately tailored to them. The less they have to do, the better. So
yeah. And it kind of mimics like a private gallery, but you're still advertising like one access code. So super easy to get people opted in. And then once they view the gallery, it's like, oh wait, how'd you know who I was? Like, that was crazy. Like it'll be pretty cool.
Right. So then you have time to like ponder. And also, yeah, I'm just excited to see how everybody uses this because every time we release something, people are like, oh, I use it this way. And I'm like, oh, I never thought about that, but I'm also not doing volume day today. So super cool tip, but yeah, super exciting. Secondly, we are going to be releasing registration forms. So registration forms is going to be usable in any job type. You can collect subject data. Of course, since subject data is no longer just limited to private galleries, that's helpful. You can also use it to collect contact information. So I know some people struggle maybe getting emails from the organization or getting rosters at all. So this is an amazing solution to that, where you can just send a link ahead of time and get people to give over their contact information. What you can also do is you can get people's reference photos directly from customers ahead of time, which is another really cool thing. If you want to cut down on the capture flow time at the shoot, you can give this option ahead of time, allow parents to upload their own reference photo. And yeah, this is crazy stuff. So another thing I'm excited to see how people use. These are going to be coming out sometime around or before spring hits. So you guys stay tuned for that. And I know we'll have a bunch more information once that release comes. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Now we do have an upcoming webinar. This is hosted by Wayne. Sorry, our squares are covering Wayne, but make sure you guys register for that. You can scan the QR code here to register. And he's going to be chatting about our product team and giving you guys an inside look at what is going on there. I know everybody is always really curious, and they are killing it and coming up with awesome new stuff. Kind of like you guys just saw there. So this will be a really good one. Make sure you sign up. Oh, I guess we should check questions. It does seem like they were answered pretty well by our team, but let me make sure.
Yeah, I was kind of reading through some of them.
Okay. This will be available for replay, so definitely use this. Public gallery is the greatest option if you don't have contact information in advance. Maybe once registration forms comes out, you can use private too. But expiration is only sent to those who did not order. It's not sent to everyone. Let's see. Yeah, definitely a good idea. If you guys want to go over any of this, or if you have specific workflows, to hit us up in the support chat. We have lots of resources there that we can give you. You guys can, I think that's it, right, Justin?
Yeah, I didn't see any other questions.
Yeah, our team is hard at work in the background, I see. So, but yeah, we only get paid when you get paid. So here is the cost of Photo Day. And included in the cost are the marketing features, the workflow and image organization features, which are simply amazing, as well as all the other awesome features of our product, and also all the resources we provide. So our bubble and our customer success team, who is dedicated to helping you use our platform and actually be successful and use it in a way that works best for you. So take advantage of those things if you are using us, and reach out to us if you'd like an onboarding. If you haven't tried us out yet, or if you have any questions, you can hit us up in the bubble, which is in the bottom right-hand corner of your studio account. So yeah. All right. I think that is it. And we hit an hour almost. So I could talk about this forever. All right. Thanks, Justin. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
For sure. Everybody have a great day and see ya later. Bye.